Proclamated G. Fuchs, a trade creature, April 2nd p.m., right before Staples closed. Jeremy attacked by Astro, a picnic dog. Carla Maria Zampatti died after 946-month, 15-day life. 6133 Satanic down to 547 Septenary. You get the 800th prime there, and also 101st prime. I had a little lunch that I ate at the park, and then the leftovers I flushed down the toilet at Aliante Park. I just did that. Sometimes I do that. I feel like I need to do like a sacrifice, like, just with this deal stuff going on, I felt like the earth or whoever's on the other side might be able to pick it up. Nothing weird about it, and I wouldn't do it all the time or anything. It's just something that I thought, kind of a body automatic type thing. And then I put a little barbecue sauce in there as well, that I dipped out with my hand with my fingers. So that was kind of earlier in the day, and then I basically deleted. I got off my channel because I saw these two horses cross the road, and I was like, "This is 28 ORCS or something like." That I would have to do a chain for 28 days or something to be able to, get some sort of cutoff. But anyway, he lifted up his Spiroverse 800 one time, 14-month Tachmanite. One time equals 14-month Tachmanite that sat in the seated, the Eznite. Eazy knee groxed, prime satanic equals blood, dead man, fountains worthy, bitter darkened sky, and gate Aruba, Revelation 17. So then 19 of the 365s, which are kind of taking over the essence of the fallen angels, like subduing them sort of thing, are how I read the Egyptian circles. Bitter, Sky Darkened, Dead Man Blood, Fountains Bloodworthy, Aruba, Lion Eagle, Bear Rib, Foul Leopard, EA 3s. That's from Tobias Eaton, okay. So you have these here, which 3 of them are it, and 2 are Manchester. So for a Spear in Manchester, then Starseed, C.A. Bozeman, that new stuff that I thought was kind of Watchmen based, kind of turning on me. So 18, 2 MCs, Canary, Wallbeat, Car, Stain, and Above, and It's for Bear would be 17 on that. So 17 is Above, and It's for Bear. So 18 is the 2 Manchester and Canary, and Wallbeat, Car, and Stain, like Isaiah 63, is 19. So you get 19 of them. So let me backtrack so you understand what I'm talking about. Tier sent a text. I don't know what he was trying to say, but I sent back a Rapture Time Awareness video of the Seattle stars that were going by. I didn't mean it to bring up the past of his old girlfriend. I was just talking like, hey, these stars look cool, But anyway, sat in the CT, Wind of Sea, Lion Eagle, down to 3, EA Little Horns. Doubted God, same day talking to mom at Tony's Mexican. Anytime I go to eat with my mom or whatever, I always try to vent. I don't try to vent, it just happens, and like I say the wrong thing. Like I complain a little bit, and I should not do that, So Carl 365 area. This is from my geometry class, and there's nothing esoteric about it. It just means Canary, Wallbeat, Car, and Stain on that. It's, if I were like Gabriel in the smoke or whatever, I would tell you, not Gabriel who we know as Gabriel in the writings, but that Gabriel spirit. I would tell you if I were like that. I'd be like, yeah, I'm like that. I'm like on the TV show, the Grease or whatever. Like I don't even know what to compare it to, but I'm like that. But I'm, and I would own it. But I'm not. Like I'm not. I mean, maybe I am in some sort of way, but I just whatever. I'm not going to sit here and debate with you when I've been completely open on my channels. So, um, so you get all this here. You get all this of the 800. The basically the Adino Eznite was completed yesterday perfectly. Okay, and I'm gonna label this one Adino. So all right. So secret code video response of the Shakespeare 49-minute video. The 106 is Michael J. Fox because he's constantly in the 51. It's not, yes, he did the 53 stuff, but see, he I don't know if he did it for sure. Like he talks about it and that it was a miss or something, like it missed and messed him up. But like, we know he did drugs or whatever, but like he was probably a 51 and a 53, not two 53s. Like he's a 106 because he's in it constantly, and that's what the 106 represents because it's oh 06. like like it's English based that it's this death and hell deal, that they're enmity of the six. That's all that it means. It's not 253s. Ben W. Holiday World, I have no problem explaining that. um, he thought I would eventually. He basically caught me because there were so many people and like I couldn't really move around that well, and like it just was over time he got me, and like it was okay in Sharks and Minnows or whatever, just one on one, and like which isn't a good way to play it first of all. But like he said, well, I would have. We went again, and then he didn't get me or something, and then he said I would have gotten you eventually, and I said no, you wouldn't have. And then I kind of just disagreed and held my position, and then I said sorry in the car later with his mom and was all embarrassed or whatever. But like, it was just me being ego based. I was a kid. I was a kid. Like, yeah, like I may have had that dolphin mind, but like I still tried to operate as a kid and like in my own ego of like my training and stuff. You know how it is. So Rosie, I had no problem explaining that. That's what they call Granby's car. You know, Grox Hidalgo, crazy crazy road, vid when in pit. He said when I was in the pit, he made a video and said the Satan will get you on a crazy path and you'll end up on the news or something, like not in a good way. He said that when I was in the pit. He made a video about that, and then not about me, but he said that. And then when I got out, he did a Hidalgo liked video of them releasing the horses the same day I got out. All misspellings, all codes in sidebar are code for me in the moment in that day. That's all true. Like he can see what I'm doing. I'm not making it up, like, or at least he used to be able to before the breaches happened or whatever. But like he can see it all. Like it's not a joke. John the Baptist, Jesus, probably like a split personality. Satan, God, split personality. Earthbound stars took on form of man. Mesa ego walked the earth. I believe his name was Jackson Coker. Um, that was the symbolism of that culminated in the same day, basically, or around the same week. 43 Key Van, District of Columbia. Bendbo, Sweden. K. Diaz Hernandez lightning strike. Carla M. Zimpati 8-day after fall. Don't be fooled by strength of Freemasonry as comparable to Dungeon of 86. They are not the same. Ego, claw, flyer. Force, love. God as force, love. I call it the bow crash. That's what I'm calling this because it's a mixture of Krishna and the force god. So you call it bow crash or bow crash. You would pronounce it bow crash. Okay? That's what I'm calling this essence of God that is talked about through this Carla M. Zimpati. Okay, so breaking down Catherine Diaz Hernandez's name, you get there was a Maddie Deadman who Mad Die a Dodd C, conquering fears and stuff. And then Maddie Jackson was the one that died, and Ryan Lochte said, "Hope you guys can." He said he held up a poster that said "Hang in there, Bluegrass" or whatever, the swim team. Mad Die EJ Axon. Okay. So SAR Flores of the Catherine Diaz Hernandez. This doesn't mean anyone has to do anything. It's been done with the writings, and I'm going to explain that as well because Zebulon is as poet sacrificer in itself, and that's a branch of Satan and Word of God connection. Catherine Diaz. D.I. Phony X Jinxie. D.I. Phony X Jinxie. Sport E. Ben's Writings Mummy Return. Okay. Adino the Eznite. Looking at it purely as symbolism of what was done and how it differs from the Bible in that we're using the code to how it relates to me, which you have to use the code to do that. Satan, the CT. Worsted, type of wool. Yarn, worsted yarn. Sultan, Satan. Now, Sultan Satin, okay? Now, remember this here, that we have this going on, and that this has been culminating in an 88 of 7 1000s that we are culminating right now with the tire symbolism. Now, this does not need to be used against me for some sort of sinister purpose because you think that I'm the devil and that you think that there's some sort of sinister thing going on here. There's not. Don't get mixed up with the wrong watchman. So, Word of God, it goes back to the poet sacrificer. Now, I know you can't find much on Wikipedia about them, but they're the Kaanian tribe. And what it means Sultan and Amir are kind of like sand based, and the K-An, Phoenix An, Bethlehem G child, high voice neck, of course, is what Joe Pesci meant by that. Okay. And this is a Mitch reference because Special and Phoenix and, okay, and this is what he meant by that it would be that I would go to the wedding feast as a child and as entereth the matrix, and that it was a man child. It was Bethlehem G child. Thank you.